Now let's have a moment of silence for the tragic passing of Diogo Jota. I think now we can all agree that Liverpool have lost such a gem of a player. It's really sad because I would have really wanted to see more of Diogo Jota in the Premier League, but it just comes to show you that life can really be very short. Hmm? I don't even know how to feel about it, but I bet the Liverpool fans' feelings are practically down the mud. Right now, they must be really devastated by the loss of their star player. Man, I don't know how we can console even this family of Diogo Jota, man. They've just lost two of their own children at once. It's really a very sad situation if you think about it. And dwelling into that topic too much, man, it's really difficult to even say anything at this point. Hmm? But anyway, may God help them. Now let's talk about Chelsea versus Palmeiras full time. Chelsea 2, Palmeiras 1. Let's talk about it. As you have noticed, before even the kickoff, two of our best players, or two of our defensive players, managed to get injury. Reece James was on the warm-up and Lavia was after the game against Benfica. So it means we were not with Reece James or Lavia. But we did have Caicedo, though Caicedo, this time he was out because of the yellow from the previous match, which was also in Benfica. So now it was a game where we would have started without them. Hmm? Again, when the game started, it was all end-to-end stuff because we didn't have any midfield presence. Yeah, this time it was only end-to-end. It only depended on the quality of the players. And one thing I have to tell you, Chelsea dominated the first half. Chelsea were playing out of their mind in the first half. They were creating chances that I don't think would have likely been that easy for them. In fact, I was even very surprised and disappointed for Palmeiras in the first half because, man, we were expecting a challenge, but they did not show up. And Chelsea managed to get the first goal from Cole Palmer. Eh? All he did was dribble past the defenders, create a blind spot for himself and scored, man. That is when you're told that class matters more than four. That was the first goal for Chelsea, and that's when I knew this game was going to be a very comfortable match. Chelsea had over 60% of possession in the first half. Let's talk about those other players, but this video is already long if you start talking about too many players. But Andre Santos has really impressed me in this game. Now the second half, it was a different game, especially after Estevao scored a very wonderful goal from the far post, making Sanchez really find it hard to reach that ball. I swear, second half when Estevao scored, Palmeiras just woke up. Yeah, they were now willing to take their chances and try to score the second one to make sure that Chelsea don't get back into the game. But unfortunately for them, they overlooked one thing, that Chelsea would make proper substitutions. Liam Delap, they tried to put him in trouble so many times, but they actually succeeded by getting him a yellow, so we won't see him in the next match. But when João Pedro was substituted in, even to me came as a surprise because I did not expect João Pedro to come, especially now that he's still reeling away from his holiday. But I must say, João Pedro has delivered a very good performance in this match. Despite not scoring, he has delivered a very good performance. And then, remember, Palmeiras had dominated the ball most of the time. But the game went downhill the moment Gusto took a chance and scored. In fact, he did not even score. He just created a cross. It deflected off a defender. Boom, goal. I mean, that's what we like to see. Gusto is the definition of even one little cross can make a difference. He even tried to create another goal, but sadly it was blocked. All I can tell you about this match was that this was the most comfortable match I've ever seen being played from Chelsea. Even after Estevao scored, I wasn't even worried at all in the first place. In fact, I was very, very excited that Chelsea have finally managed to score and relieve the pressure. In fact, I knew very well Chelsea were going to score in this match. So all those rival fans that have been awake waiting for our downfall, unfortunately, you have received the biggest shock of your life. Hmm? Now Chelsea advance forward to the semi-finals.